Oh, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. Special shout out to Letitia Montague, who says, Wendy, you're not the only darkie working today. I was so pissed this morning to see I was the only one on my block warming up my car. I felt like the only person in the world that had to go to work. Anywho, I'm listening. Thank you. We're all here together. Cinda says, hi, Wendy. I heard the China interview, and it was awful. Since she's so broke, you should have told her to sell her set of Louis Vuitton luggage. It's worth about $10,000. If you saw her on Surreal Life last night, you would know that she is on some ish. Really? I fell asleep early last night. Like I told you guys. Really? Because every Surreal Life that I've seen, and I've only seen like 2 of the episodes, she seems to be in her right mind. And it was my intent on watching last night. Unfortunately, I fell asleep, but it was my intent on at least going back and forth last night to see her behavior. I got to tell you something. I am in love with the Celebrity Fit Club, though. I am in love with that show. I am loving it. Absolutely. Evil Diva. Yes, Evil Diva. You are absolutely right. Jamie Foxx thanked everybody but Layla Arcieri, his girlfriend, in his speech. But you know what? As well, perhaps he should. He's always said he doesn't want to get married. You know, he's already got a 10-year-old daughter. And, she's got to earn a thank you. Hope she brought her knee pads to the award ceremony. She's got a bit more work to do now that he's upped his value. You know what I mean? I got, by the way, shout out to everybody in Hartford, Connecticut. I was in Hartford on Saturday night, had a terrific time at Club Vibe. Saw a lot of great people. Hosted a show with the group NTU and also the lovely and talented Brooke Valentine. And we had a real nice time. So, shout out to Hartford. It was nice being with you all on Saturday night. I polished off a pint of Haagen-Dazs rum raisin ice cream this weekend. I'm not proud of it, but I'm feeling that if I spread it over Friday night, then Saturday morning for breakfast, and then Sunday during like the first few minutes of Desperate Housewives, then somehow it's not the same amount of fat. In my mind, that's how I do it. Anyway, back to salad and water and air for this week because of that one. It was good while it lasted, though. I got this fax from one of our spies letting me know about a beatdown that went down or could have gone down. Okay, I'll just read it to you. It's from Rod. Rod is, by the way, out in the 702. That's Vegas, but he faxes this in. He says, Wendy, I'm the publicist for tobacco heiress and designer Veronica Pereira. Do we know that name? I don't know that name. Anyway, he goes on to say, I've been trying to get in touch with you to share a story involving Veronica and Lala from MTV. Here's the story. On New Year's Eve at the Cherry Club in New York, Lala from MTV threatened Veronica. Lala said that she'd scar Veronica's pretty face while in the bathroom. The threat. He put treat. I guess he meant threat. The threat was over music producer Sugar J. Now, isn't that Lala's ex-fiance? The one who spit in Carmela Anthony's face at Swiss Beats' birthday party? Okay, let me continue on. Carmela Anthony, you need to know that it's more about your dough than it is about emotion at this particular point. I mean, because actually, if you were Lala, who would give a crap about who got your crappy seconds? You got 9 carats on your fingers and you about to stick a pin in something and lock it down and then walk down the aisle. Focus, Lala, focus. This is not good. I bet you didn't think we'd find out about it, but we have. Carmelo, you need to understand. The threat was over music producer Sugar J. After Veronica and Sugar J's security restrained her, meaning Lala, she went to the DJ booth and the DJ gave Lala the microphone. And Lala began to call Veronica a plastic Barbie rich bitch and called her ex, Sugar J, a punk-ass nooker. Lala, too many emotions. Carmelo, don't marry that. Don't marry that. He's so stupid, though. You know what I'm saying? All young and full of, you know. He's a friend to the show, but for this particular case, Carmelo, I'm saying you need to re-examine what you're about to do. Lala, I'm sorry we had to pull your skirt up. You probably thought this was buried on New Year's Eve night. Alas, spies are every place. And I don't want you to your relationship with Carmela Anthony to unravel. However, let me continue. Called him a punk ass. Veronica and Sugar Jay's security once again had to rush the DJ booth and had to escort her out of the club, kicking and screaming that she was going to kick Veronica's ass. Wendy, please feel free to give me a call if you have any other questions at the number above. Here are the facts. Oh, I love you, Rod. Rod lays out the facts at the end in bullet points. Let me just read. He says, so here are the facts, Wendy. Sugar Jay and Lala were together for 4 years, and she was Sugar Jay's former fiance. Veronica is the daughter of Carlos Pereira and Lucy Pereira, who are New York socialites and tobacco heirs. She's from Long Island. Oh, I need to speak with Susie John. Susie John, what tobacco company is this? What is this? Marlboro? Moors? Camels? What is this? Susie John knows all. Oh, gosh, so many people have off today. I don't even know whether Susie's listening. Susie John, who is Veronica Pereira? Let me spell the last name. Pereira. Father is Carlos, mother is Lucy. New York socialites. I know you know. He parties with all the Betsy Bloomingdales. And the Von Furstenbergs and the Hiltons and all. I mean, yeah, no, Susie John gets in. Yeah. So, Lala, I see you're still fighting for your man. To the point of getting kicked out of a club. I see what's going on. I would imagine Carmelo was busy on New Year's Eve because you had to host your MTV. So you probably told him, okay, work, whatever. You guys couldn't be together. And so after 1 or 2 drinks, you know the truth serum. You know how the truth serum is. You can lie when you're sober, but once the devil grabs your tongue, it's a wrap. Sugar Jay was in the group Harlem World with Mace's sister, Blink and Loon, and some others. So to give you a little bit of background on Sugar Jay, Carmela, that's 4 years and a ring. And the truth serum just let us know that perhaps it's not over. Oh, Carmelo, you can't do that. Mellow. Isn't that what his friends call him? Mellow. Mellow out. And you know what? To add one last cheese ball to the whole situation, let her keep the ring. Just let her keep it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you really let a bitch know that, F you and the boat you came in on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to argue. Just keep that little trinket. Keep it. Let her keep the ring and the car, whatever. Just let her keep all that crap. Wow. Advice hour is coming up next hour. I'm going to the phones. Get Wendy.
For like 5 years, and I know you say don't cheat. I know, but I can't help it. I want to.
Do you have intention on getting married?
We're married.
Oh my God!
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. Dear Wendy, yes, I'm a black woman at work today, too. Everybody in my office is walking around looking at me like, okay, oh, you're here. Like we're all supposed to take off today. And she goes on to say, Wendy, I think Dr. King would find comfort in knowing that I am a well-paid salary employee, and I also work on President's Day and Columbus Day. Yeah, that's my principle, too. Even if given the chance, I'd rather come to work. I have a dream. I aspire for more. The only way you're going to get there is through hard work. Because I'll be honest with you, I'd be at home right now probably cleaning my bottom oven, which has so much spillover from Thanksgiving. Set off the alarm this weekend, and the fire trucks came. It was a silent alarm, so I get a ding-ding at the door, and there they are. Yeah, exactly. I had to move all the food to the top oven. I know. Thank goodness there was no chief going on. You get that sudden ding-ding at the door. Fire company, what? Leslie Miles, listen to this. This is going to be helpful to those of you who care. And I'm going to pause before I give you her website. Listen to what she says, though. Leslie Miles, rather. Leslie says, Wendy, I was listening to your show last week when you got a call from a gentleman by the name of Gator, and he wanted you to help him get his book published. Well, Wendy, you couldn't help him, but I can. I am I'm a writing consultant, and I guarantee all of my clients publication. I have a direct contact, and I'll save the rest of this for the next segment of Advice Hour, because what I'm going to give you is her email. Okay, Leslie Miles. Thank you. And by the way, you should know that guaranteed publication generally means you will be paying her to publish your book. You know, I know people that have done that before. What does it cost? $15,000, $20,000. You know, and they give you increments, like they project, you know, okay, we'll have your book out by fall of 2007. So you'll have a payment due on March 1st, your first payment. Your second payment would be due on, you know, November 1st. And, you know, upon your last payment will be due, you know, and then they'll give you a date, and then your book will be released on, you know, the date of. So just know that before I give you this information, that nobody does something for nothing. Guaranteed publication, please. I know what that's about. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying if you want to be published that badly, then go this way with Leslie Miles. Dear Wendy, I'm working today too. I drag my daughter in with me. I have her doing homework, and we listen to MLK speech on the way in. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the day. Mello and La synopsis was crazy, and China was strung out. Signed an everyday listener. All right, so it's Advice Hour. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. I'm having a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
I've been dating my boyfriend for 4 years, and I've been talking about marriage for 2 of them, and he is not committed yet. Every time he has an excuse, school and this and that.
How old are you guys?
I'm 28, he's 29. Well, 27, he's 29. We live together. We don't have any kids yet. We're both done school now, but now he says he wants to go on for his master's.
And you've directly asked him about marriage?
Yes, he says, you know, he'll think about it, and then a week goes by, and then the conversation, of course, goes to the back burner.
He's still shopping around, like that fax that I got regarding men and marriage.
Oh.
Did you hear me read that?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah. Maybe he's just not that into you. He's still shopping for better.
Oh, boy. After 4 years, you think?
Well, but you would think after 4 years he would not have a problem talking about marriage, at least a projected plan. I mean, you know, him finishing school, what does that have to do with marriage?
I don't know. He says his finances, we would be better off, you know, after he finishes his master's, he'd make $300,000 versus the $100,000 he's making now. Okay.
Well, you know what? I see a point in a man being apprehensive about having to take care of a whole family, but that wouldn't be the marriage being put on hold. That would be family planning, like starting, you know, a family with a baby and stuff.
Right.
You know, like he could still marry you now, right? And continue with school.
See, I'm thinking if I leave him, I've already invested too much time into this.
Yeah.
What if, you know, I leave him, then he goes on and marries somebody right out of college, and then she gets all the wealth? I mean, I helped put him through school the first time.
I know. I know how that happens, like sometimes with guys.
And I don't want to see money hungry, but, you know, that's my money too.
Yeah. Well, you've been there. Well, how long are you going to hold out? I mean, how long are you going to sit by and want to get married and nothing's going on?
I don't know. My ex-boyfriend's pursuing me. He is well off, but I love my, you know, current boyfriend.
So what's your question to me?
Do I leave him and go with the other guy, or do I hold out and, you know, get what's mine?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know either situation enough to be able to accurately give you an assessment. Are there any kids involved? Let me ask that.
No, none at all.
Does he have any children?
No.
I mean, you know what? After 4 years of being together, and I mean, they've been 4 good years, being that you're 27, about to be 28. I don't know. I mean, you might want to think about making the power move. Seriously, the power move is leaving him.
Oh, that's scary.
Wow. And then see what happens. Wow. Then again, you could be playing yourself out of position.
True. All right, I'll keep you updated. I'm Tasha from the Bronx.
Okay, Tasha, thank you. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm so brainwashed with he's shopping around for better.
Hello?
I totally believe that. You know? Hi.
Hello, Wendy. Please don't cut me off again because, you know, you told me to hold on and I got cut off.
Oh, that was you, and you called last hour. Well, it sounded like you were going for advice anyway. I'm glad you called back.
Yeah. How you doing, first of all?
I'm doing well. Go ahead.
All right. The thing is that it's a long story, but It's about really a poor man's situation. It's because my boyfriend, he got like caught in a situation where, you know, like he's in jail and stuff. And I was just wondering if you can, like, I know, and I was just wondering if you, like, you know, any lawyers, anything like that might can help a black man out, because he got caught in a serious situation and he really didn't do anything. They have nothing on him, but the reason why he's in jail is because of his friend who has prior convictions. And they really wanted his friend, and he was just there in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I just was wondering if you know anybody that might can help us out, because we really don't have that much money.
Okay,
and stuff
well, I was
like
going to
that.
say, the only lawyers that I know, I can give you a name, they're not public defenders, and they want real world money.
Right.
Being that you don't have money, your boyfriend is a victim of the system and a public defender, and who really don't do that. Shout out to all the public defenders, but you know and I know, if you were caught up in a mess, you would not hire no damn public offender.
Right,
so
right.
I wish you
legal
all well.
age.
How old are you?
I'm 25 and he's 22.
Why don't you bail? Why do you care? How long have you been with him?
I've been with him for 5 years. It's his first time getting into a situation like this. And I didn't think that he was going to serve 3 years and a half. You know, that's too much time for a first-time offender.
Yeah. And you have children together?
No, not now.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, due to your economic situations, in my best guess, and I could be wrong, but his only option's a public defender. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
I just was hoping that maybe somebody could, like, help me out or something. Because
where is he located?
He's at Ulster Correctional Facility.
All right. Ulster? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is in New York.
Yes.
This is
But
going
he's
down.
soon going to be moved upstate further. He said something about he's supposed to be up in Albany pretty soon. I'm really trying real hard to fight for him, Winnie, because he really don't need to be there, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was stupid the way it happened, because, you know, he didn't rob anybody, you know? It's just that they just trying to put it on him because he was with this guy, and he didn't know that this guy was going to rob somebody, you know?
Wow, yeah.
It's just messed up situation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the best I can tell you is that he'll be working with a public defender, and what that means, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, oh, man. Well, I'm glad you picked up and everything, and I'm glad, you know, to talk to you. At least I could get this off my chest and stuff, you know. 'Cause I did try a lot of people, and they all, you know, wanted a lot of money, like $10,000, and I'm like, oh my God.
Well, you know, it is what it is. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye. I mean, why is it that I'm the only one? You know what? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you all. I wouldn't ride with no man that I didn't have papers on. And then, and children with. Papers or children, papers and children preferably. Why is she even thinking about taking that ride? She must have nothing going on in her life. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, think, ladies. You're 28 years old. You've been with a relationship for a few years. He gets popped, and you're calling the radio station trying to figure out, honey, please. That'd be over, and I'd learn to love somebody else again out here in the free world. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, girls, you know, I'm only one silly woman, I guess, with one silly woman's opinion. But think before you decide to take a ride for these men. That's the only ride I'd be taking. Thank you, Dave. Oh, well. Sorry about what happened. But turnabout's a fair game, too. Guys, don't take no ride for no chick. I'm just saying, you know, it's hard. Damn. Yeah, it is selfish. I hear you. It is selfish. I want a decent life, and I want a fighting chance. But I'm 28. I have no kids with you. Yeah, we've been together for a few years. Hey, by the way, why am I calling and trying to fight for you when you haven't even asked me to marry you? Or, I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Best thing that came out of that conversation we just had is that she has no kids by him. And from all indications, no kids, period. If we're just dating and you get arrested, I'm the flight risk. Because I am taking flight. I mean, arrested and not, arrested and got to stay up there. You know what I'm saying? For a minute. I mean, arrested and, you're out the next day and, we can work our way through this and, maybe we have a couple of dollars to hire a decent damn attorney. Even if we have to take a second mortgage or, if you're renting, borrow some money from your people or something. Is that crazy? Is that like crazy selfish? Well, then I am crazy and I'm selfish. I'm not 28, but if I was and I had no kids and I was dating somebody, love schmuv. See ya. I'm trying to make a life for myself. You guys trying to write that book? Great American Novel? Okay, here's Leslie. Here's her address. First, let me just say, she doesn't have anything in capitals. So it's Lessie at myexcel. That's myexcel.com. And that's the woman who guarantees all her clients get published. Do you understand me? There's no telephone number. It's it's an email address. And she says I can give it out. Lessie at myexcel.com. Lessie at myexcel.com. And I wish you well writing that great American novel. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of Advice Hour. And look, I'll take your comments regarding that last woman and regarding the whole thing about taking a ride while your man does a bid. I'm not talking about the wives and I'm not talking about the girlfriends with the kids. I'm talking about born free. I'm talking about the young and pretty New York City girl. Whether it's LA, Philly, just fill in your city. 25, 35, hello, baby. Woo! Please, bail. All right, keep it here. Thanks, everybody.
Wendy, man.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
My boyfriend gave himself a wet Susie or whatever. He said he almost burnt his off.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Remember I was telling you guys that I was hosting this thing in the Caribbean January 27th through January 30th, which is actually falls on a weekend, but the big grand to-do is Saturday. And what I'm talking about is the Caribbean's version of American Idol. It's called Caribbean Shining Star. And if you are at all interested, remember, it's going down January 27th to January 30th. And you can go to their website at CaribbeanShiningstar.com. They've already confirmed not just me as the host. I'm like the Ryan Seacrest. But we've got Gerald Levert playing the Randy role. We've got Alicia Keys playing the Paula Abdul role. And we've got Wyclef Jean playing the Simon role. And they have other celebrities that they're signing on. I just don't know who they are right now. But the point is that these are big names. Who better knows how to judge talent than people who have the talent? Levert, Keys, and John. And then me as your host. Smart Alec host. Can't go wrong with this one, boy. Go to this website, CaribbeanShiningstar.com. Find out more about it. If you've got an inch of talent, I'd love to see you in St. Thomas. That's where it's actually going down. I'm going. Well, it's the King holiday, everybody, and WBLS is helping keeping the dream alive by passing along information pertaining to a memorial monument being erected in D.C., our nation's capital. So you can join WBLS in support of the Martin Luther King National Memorial Foundation. We're going to be, or they, the foundation, is looking to build a monument to commemorate Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King in our nation's capital. The fact that there's not one there, I'm absolutely conflummoxed. I had no idea that there was nothing in our nation's capital. The fact that they're asking for our support is a whole nother issue, which I don't have time to go into in this particular break, but I will before this show is over. But if you would like to lend your financial support to this, you can call 888-4-THE-DREAM. 888-4-THE-DREAM. And your pledge is tax deductible. It's a donation. And I'll give you the website that you can go to if you're interested in this. The website is buildthedream.org. Buildthedream.org. And the good people here at WVLS are just passing along that message. We want to keep the dream alive and get this man a monument in I cannot believe that we don't have one in the nation's capital. I can't believe they're asking us to donate to make it happen. I mean, we'll talk. We got more time in the show. Kind of disgusted at that. Can't believe I was just fetching about that behind the scenes. And then Dave just passes me this to read. Did you know that this is coming up? Shout out to everybody in Jersey City. How you doing today? How you feeling? The Jersey City there on the waterfront. There's a new store over there, and they listen to us every day. I know because I get the faxes. It's called KD's. It's on Martin Luther King Boulevard. And they have designer wear for women and kids in KD's. Shout out to all the Martin Luther King Boulevards everywhere, from Staten Island to Brooklyn. There's one uptown. You know what I'm saying? One in every hood, like Chris Rock would say. So MLK Boulevard, this is your day today. Let's see if we can keep it peaceful. You know how it is, you all. You turn on the UPN 9 News, 4 bodies down. And where? On MLK Boulevard, on MLK Celebration Day. Let me not plant anything. Everybody just be easy out there today, please. All right. We're going to go into, what do we have? Got a few more commercials and then some music. What do we have musically? What is that? What's on deck? Art, do you have anything? You don't have anything much?
Into You and Pitch Black.
Okay. I like Into You. I hosted with them up in Hartford. I like their song. Their song is, I'll be damned if another man calls my baby daddy. Oh, yeah. Baby, what is it? Lady Marmalade. Baby Mama La. Play that next. All right. And to you, shout out to Virgin Records. I like their call another man daddy, because that's how men feel. Listen to the words, girls. That song is coming up next on BLS.
Call another man daddy. All right.
Yeah, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. And coming up next hour, the Hour of Truth, I've got my facts from Susie John, and I've got information on the Princess Veronica of the infamous New Year's Eve incident with Lala. And if you're just turning on the show, we'll play catch up next hour, okay? In the meantime, it's Advice Hour. Shout out to Say. Sai. She says it's not Say. Well, Say, how do you pronounce Say? Spell that phonetically for me, because I'm saying say. And she says it's not say. Anyway, she says, Wendy girl, hey Art, hey Dave. Girl, I disagree with you about waiting for your man issue. If you love somebody, anybody, and you've always been there for each other and always had each other's back, why the hell not wait? I don't give a damn how long the bid is. Okay, I'm lying. Now, 5 or 10 or 10 to 15, now that I don't think I could do. But 2 or 5 or 2 or 3, that ain't ish if you love your boo. Point blank. I love you, Poppy Tone, and I'll be waiting so we can do the damn thing. So she says, because she's experiencing. Well, I'm here to tell you, Say, that if a woman is 28 and she's got no kids with, and she is looking for a lifestyle, it's a different story. If a woman is 28 and says she has a kid, and or she's married, then you might have to rethink, are you going to wait or are you not going to wait or whatever. But 28, no kids, I don't care that we've been in a relationship for 4 years. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And by the way, we agree to disagree. Dear Wendy, the caller who was on before, calling about her boyfriend in jail, was hinting for you to help her. I cannot believe you did not offer. She was practically begging for your help. No, she never asked you directly, but you should have offered. A woman of your means could lend a little to the community. After all, your listeners are the ones who make you. That's from Donna Lee. Excuse me, Donna Lee? I did offer her. Well, I did offer her an out. I said bail. I didn't even tell her that to her ear. I waited until she got off the phone. I don't know of any attorneys that would handle her case gratis. I know public defenders, do that. But Donna, fortunately, because we have a lot of different people listening to the show, I do have some websites that she can check out. And at 28 years old, I'm surprised she didn't know to go to these websites, but I understand, you know? This one's so obvious. www.prepaidlegal.com. No, I didn't know it, but now I do, because thank goodness Karina Youssef is a listener of the show. And Karina also has an email, if this young lady is still listening, www.prepaidlegal.com. FYI, same thing as a public defender. You know what I'm saying? They will do the same, great work or lack thereof for you. You can also go, just stick with www.prepaidlegal.com. What do you mean? A woman of my means can what am I supposed to do? Pay for her attorney fee? Hello? I mean, not for nothing. When I was single, I'd be all up in, like cases like this and stuff like that. Like I had a couple of little sisters and, you know what I'm saying? Serving to the homeless on Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. But now I got my own situation going on and I'm seeing how tough it is just to maintain everyday life. I am not embarrassed to tell you, this woman, this man, that's not my responsibility. Donna, I'm sorry. I don't have money for her to get her boyfriend out of jail, nor do I know an attorney that would do this work for nothing. I'm sorry. A public defender, to the best of my knowledge, handles people who don't have money and get in some issue. Sorry, Donna. And she didn't ask, you're right. So I didn't offer. But what do I have to offer? What do I have to offer? Dear Wendy, and if that's cold, then sorry. It is what it is. Wow. At least I'm being honest about it. I don't have time. What am I supposed to do? Oh, forget it. Whatever, Donna. Dear Wendy, we got more pressing things to get to at this particular time. I love you for listening, Donna. I hope this is not your last moment with us. Dear Wendy, being that I'm at work, I'm going to keep this real short. Look, my husband and I had a threesome over the weekend. And I was into it and he wasn't. Wendy, he didn't even get hard. This was my first time with a woman, and I tried just to get my fantasy done and over with my husband. Wendy, he's been mean mugging me the whole time. I was munching that carpet. So we stopped. Oh my gosh, she glanced over at the husband. He was mean mugging. Oh, shoot. So I stopped, she says. He looked like he wanted to F me up. I stopped and gave the girl the vibrator and told her to handle herself. Well, she didn't. And we got up and got our clothes on. The whole time he was looking at me in disgust. Wendy, this weekend has been hell. He keeps trying to argue with me about the chick. What do? I never want to do this again. I made a huge mistake, and now I feel that my husband doesn't look at me the same way. He's 31, I'm 25, and I feel like I did something wrong. What do I do to make my husband feel like I won't leave him? I know that this whole thing is his problem. By the way, his mother was a who left his father for a bitch. Oh, well, okay. Now I'm seeing his problem. Wow. The only thing that's going to cure this is time. And for you to face forward and not let your eyeballs wander anytime a woman is around. Unfortunately, you'll have to continue the same behavior for a good 6 to 8 months before he begins to understand that you're not going to leave him. Listen, the second she says, oh, I love that girl's boots, he's going to mistake boots for boobs, and the whole thing is going to blow up. You see what I'm saying? The second you were caught lingering a little too long at Nicolette on Desperate Housewives or Star Jones' beautiful eye makeup or the woman next door, her fancy bathrobe. Do your neighbors go out and get their mail and stuff in the robes and stuff? See, I do. Snatched and everything. I don't care. When I'm at home, I always feel like nobody's watching. Anyway, no comments about women. Unfortunately, yeah, you know what? This is his problem, but it's up to you if you would like to stay married to just walk him through it for 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. If he's still got a problem after a year, then maybe it's time to damn evaluate. Who suggested this threesome and who picked the chick? Please don't say that's your best friend. because now you're going to have to choose whether you want to break up with her or break up with him, because you can't remain friends with the girl. You can't. Now, as far as other girls that you come in contact with, everybody's going to have to keep clapping while he leaves the room. This is what my father says. Clap while I leave the room, because when you stop clapping, that means you're up to something. Stealing something, or, you know what I'm saying, feeling each other up. How stupid. You know, this is his problem. But if you love him, help him work through it. He's got 8 months max, 6 months at least, to get over it.
Wendy, man.
So I called you like 3 weeks ago about me and my boy had a threesome and how he touched my butt. He came to me saying that he really want to have sex with me.
Well, you should have known that when he touched your butt.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hello? Shout out to Susie in Yonkers. Susie, thanks for turning on the Wendy Williams Experience. You asked me a question. I don't have time to read your full facts, but I will say it's time for you to confront your husband, since she gives me an option. She says, do I do this or do I confront my husband? You confront your husband, Susie. Now, listen to this woman's situation. I know advice hour's over. Let me just get through 2 more, please. Dear Wendy, I'm 28 years old, and I've been with my man for 5 years. We have 2 kids together. There's a slim chance that he may be facing time in jail, and he is talking about marriage. Prior to him getting arrested, I brought up marriage thing several times, and he used to tell me, don't worry, we're going to get married, but nothing ever happened. So my question to you, Wendy, is would you marry someone who might be doing time in the future, or would you wait and see what happens after the trial? P.S. I do love him, and I want to be a complete family. This is the first time he's been arrested. It's just a matter of being around the wrong people. Da, 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 da. She's 28 and she's got 2 kids. They've been together for 5 years. If you love him like that, sure, marry him. Give him hope. You know, like, do your time. Don't fight while you're in there. You know what I mean? And could I do this at 28 with 2 kids? You know what? I can't say no so fast. There's 2 kids. You know? I don't know what kind of time you're talking about. Of course, that's a big factor. You know, 2 or 3 years, like the girl said before, that'll go by in a blip, you know. Okay, I'd wait until he gets out. All right, I'll be real honest. Hell no. Take those 2 kids and you do the best you can. You know, send him a little note, maybe a little extra money for his commissary, for some Newports or whatever. And you see him on the other side. If he was a good man in there, then, you know, maybe he'll make an even better man out. But I wouldn't get all wrapped up in paperwork with somebody having 1 foot in the cell. You almost have me lying. See, you almost have me lying on the home of the truth. The Wendy Williams Experience. It is what it is. Dear Wendy, I was the one who faxed about the threesome. And to answer your question, no, we both agreed on the threesome, but he picked the chick. Girl, he has called me again at work wanting to talk to me about it today. I am about to lose my mind, sincerely regretting the wrong deed. Yeah, see? The lady from last hour, he wanted the threesome and he picked the chick, and now he's all upset. One more. This is from Princess in Parole. Princess says, Wendy, that girl from Advice Hour really annoyed me. Don't these girls realize that ride or die chicks are only in the video? Oh, she's going back to the girl who at 28 with no pay, you know, no marriage and no kids, you know, and her man of 4 years is about to, you know, go through it legally. He's already in, and he's might have to stay for a minute. And I said bail. They aren't married. They don't have any kids. Why? You know, 28. That's your prime coochie time. You know, that's like when you're just getting your grown woman on, girl. You got 15 good, strong years. And then some. Okay, listen. Doesn't she know ride or die? Now, this is Princess in Parole. Now, who knows more about the system than our good friend Princess in Parole? Even she says ride or die chicks are only in videos. She's not married to him, and absolutely, she has no reason to stay with that loser. She needs to dump him quick. She already invested enough time and energy in that fool. What are his peeps? Who's holding him down? Why does she feel the need to plead his case? Sister, get a life, preferably your own. In my line of work, I've seen way too many women waste their time on these guys. Princess, I love you every day, but particularly today. Thank you, Princess, for not leaving me out here to seem stupid and heartless and cold. And shout out to everybody on lockdown. But in my opinion, if a woman doesn't have a concrete reason to be around, bail. You're a job risk when you get out, you and your damn record. How are you supposed to be able to support a damn family and stand up? You know what I'm saying? People not willing to hire once an offender, always an offender. Many people, I don't necessarily believe that, but that's what a lot of people believe. There's that stereotype. Why does a 28-year-old girl with no marriage papers and no kids, why would you subject yourself to that unless you yourself have got some serious issues and feel as though you can't do better? Susie John is faxed in regarding that fight that I talked about Lala having, defending or whatever, her ex-fiance of 4 years, Sugar J, who used to be down with Harlem World. He's the one who spit in Carmelo Anthony's face. If you're just turning on the show, I know, it's a mess. If you're new to the show, you're in the hood now, baby. My name is Wendy Williams. Hi. So anyway, Susie John, who, as far as I'm concerned, is ground zero for all social things that we don't necessarily get around to taking part of because many of us spend so much time in the hood now, baby. I don't think I've ever been to the party at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. But I know what it's like to be a club vibe on a Saturday night in Hartford. Hey. But Susie John goes to stuff like this. He parties with all the long-running names in New York, the Rockefellers, the Bloomingdales, and all like that. And this is what Susie John says regarding the tobacco heiress. Wendy, I knew he'd be listening. He doesn't even call me Wendy, too. He calls me Dear Mrs. Hunter. So proper. That's what the Susie part comes in. Dear Mrs. Hunter, I didn't go to the country this weekend, so I'm here in town. The country means out to the Hamptons. Here in town means in Manhattan. And most days I don't work on holiday. Today is holiday. While the name Piera sounds familiar, I don't know them. In fact, I just called a friend, and she doesn't know them either. Maybe the mother's maiden name would give a clue, but they're not a part of the Susie crowd. Incidentally, no one in the Susie crowd would refer to themselves as a socialite. It would be considered tacky. And that's signed Susie John. Thank you, Susie John. Alas, Susie John, somebody else Googled this woman, apparently. The woman that was Googled, the woman I'm trying to find out more about is the woman who Lala allegedly told, I'll cut your pretty face. You know, I guess she was all up on Sugar J, Lala's ex-man, when really Lala needs to be concentrating on that 9 carats on her finger and how to lock down this dumb basketball player that's about to marry her. And the only reason why I say dumb is because a man of such means and just be easy for a moment. Sow your wild oats. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying at 21, the multi-million-dollar golden child, and might I add, a nice tall drink of good-looking water, too. Sow oats. You're too open, too fast. Too open, too fast, Carmelo. Too open, too fast. You understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. And I have nothing against Lala. Nice girl. As long as you got him on the hook, you don't need to be sticking up for any ex-boyfriend. As a matter of fact, you know what you need to be doing? You need to be going to MTV and going home and preparing your wedding and keep a pin always in your purse. But no, New Year's Eve, she's uptown at the Cherry talking about, I'll cut your pretty face.
Wow.
And then she went up to the DJ room, they say, and continued to blast the heiress, the tobacco heiress, who, by the way, is a black girl. I'm getting to her in a minute. Blast the tobacco heiress on the microphone, and then proceeded, I think she blasted Sugar J, too. I guess, And then the security had to come up there and drag her out, not just of the DJ booth, but out of the club on New Year's Eve. So now, Carmela, what do you think about that? She's still getting all hot under the collar for something that should have been done. La, but the truth serum doesn't lie. Was you drinking, girl? Because you know, that can also be called the anger juice. Were you on the chiefin'? That has a bit of the truth serum property in it as well. Oh. Well, this is what it says about Veronica. I don't want to destroy her last name, but it's like Piera. And can I just say, she looks like A. Marie, who, by the way, has one of the hottest songs in the country at this particular point. Shout out to A. Marie. Girl, you're hitting hard. She used the same guy to do her song as the guy who did Beyonce's, which song?
Rich Harris.
Rich Harris. He's from D.C. It's got like that go-go flavor to it. Don't you have the new A. Marie? Let us hear just a little piece of it. It's not in, what? It's been erased from the system too? Okay, so this is what I'm dealing with. You see what I'm saying? This is another part of my file. The only reason why I'm not going to get mad and all hyper is because I've been dealing with this since Friday. Half my file is gone. You know, I don't know whether it's hate or whether it's, you know, equipment malfunction. Either way, neither should be happening. You understand what I'm saying? I'm here trying to do a show. And when I have to go to my go-to things, there's nothing there. 75%, Dave just wrote down. 75% of everything that I've had put into this damn equipment is gone. So you tell me, and 75% of my coworkers are in Puerto Rico on some kind of radio station jaunt. No, I might not have been supposed to say it, but it is what it is. On this King holiday, I had a dream to be here, and so I'm pressing forward. And I have a dream to have better and do better, too. So I'm working. 75% of my crap is gone. All my how you doing's gone. Everything like that, too. Just about. Just about. Can you look at this? Can you look at this? A syndicated radio program. So it's not just that I'm obligated to New York, WBLS. I'm obligated to, you know, many other places. We just added the beat last week. This is real black. This is real black. Is this a new year? Okay, just checking. Big deal. We have that. At least they left the Boys to Men. How you doing? That's okay. Because I can be creative today and tomorrow. Equipment will still be messed up. And you can erase all day. We'll create some other stuff. I'm not too much worried. You know what I'm saying? We'll get new music beds and, you know, and new funnies, you know, new Toes a Toe Talk. You can be funny and creative all day, every day. I'm not worried. It's just a damn shame that I have to discover this kind of crap. Does it seem like I'm heated?
Yeah.
Okay, I am. I will not lie. And the offices are closed today. You know. So, of course, there's nobody rushing down the hall saying, shut up. Everybody's in Puerto Rico, so there's nobody calling on the phone to say, shut up. By the way, don't answer the phone if it rings. We get a feed to Puerto Rico. I get some faxes. Faxes and emails from our Puerto Rican friends who listen over there online. Yeah, whatever. But back to the heiress. So, look, I'm going to tell you more about her in the next break. I got her whole little dossier. Yes, Lala, I could see where she could serve Sugar J up nicely. She looks like a video girl. She doesn't conduct herself like a princess. She got a video girl kind of look to her. Brown skin. This is all weave, part weave, no weave. I don't know. I can't tell. It's black, easily 26 inches. Down her back, flat iron straight. You know what? She looks like a black version of Kimora Simmons. Can I say that? She looks like a black version of Kimora Simmons. You know, slightly turned eyes, but clearly not Asian. Browner skin. And the same hair thing going on. And so now you can see, because I was like, what princess is going to be, you know, partying under some conditions on New Year's Eve? Oh, an Negroidian one, of course. Anyway, I'll tell you more about the princess, and we'll talk about Halle Berry, Tamira Gray, and your comments at 866-GET-WENDY.
It's Wendy, man.
I have a boyfriend, and I've been with him for maybe a little over 3 years, and he's just now telling me that he has a child out there somewhere that may be like 5 or 6 years old.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Can't touch this.
Well, you gotta touch it. That's why there's Purell, because germs can cause illness. So when there's no soap and water, reach for Purell. It kills 99...
Oh, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. Shout out to Sam in Connecticut. Sam, the song Wife You is by an artist named Jamio. And shout out to Gina in Bed-Stuy. Gina, watch what happens, because I understand every word in your facts, and watch what happens. I'm on it already, Gina. Tamira Gray, our one of the idols, she wasn't a winner. She was like a runner-up or something like that. She's a friend to the show. She's been here before. Nice girl. She was on Broadway and stuff. She's advertising for VO5. I like the way it's going down. I mean, that's her natural hair in the ad, and she's a cute girl. So shout out to Tamira Gray. I'm glad to see that you are working it. Shout out to Pam in Harlem. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Thank you. I don't want to reinfect myself. Excuse me. You know, on the bottle of the Lysol, if you look, it says kills 99% of germs in 30 seconds. So that's for me. You know, germs will be gone in about 20 seconds. Shout out to Pam in Harlem, who wants to congratulate Jamie Foxx. Pam, stop feeling like a stepchild. I don't know what kind of boots Puffy's baby's mother was wearing in the newspaper. Misa Hilton Brim. She saw Misa in the newspaper, and she was wearing some boots that looked like socks or stocking boots and whatnot. I know what you're talking about, because I think they're fabulous, particularly for girls like me with big calves, to be able to just stretch something over your legs and have it go a mile long. Pam, I don't know. I'm sorry. Shout out to Michael in Brooklyn Heights, who says, shame on the caller who chastised you for not involving yourself in the matters of misfortune of the listener and her indicated paramour. A couple of thoughts. Wendy is not Oprah. Number 2, he says, black people of means, whether vast or limited, need not resolve the dilemmas of the afflicted of unprosperous souls. Their task, as I see it, is to marshal their resources to give people the tools to help themselves. In other words, lead them to water and let them drink themselves. Number 3, Wendy is not Oprah. Number 4, Wendy's resources extend beyond the contents of her purse. They include her radio show, her wisdom, and her listeners. I don't get that one. But number 5, she shared, marshaled her resources for that poor woman, because that's when I gave, the web address of, cheap legal advice. Number 6, Wendy is not Oprah. Number 7, that woman and her gentleman caller must assume some responsibility. If she's loving the wrong element or someone who befriends the wrong element, these are the breaks. Number 8, if you can't afford Johnny Cochran, perhaps you should watch the company that you keep. And number 9, Wendy is not Oprah. Thank you, Michael.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right, now let's learn more about the princess, shall we? I'll take it in Dateline fashion or World News Tonight or whatever this is. If you've got connections, celebrity friends, a face that grabs attention of anyone, and enough money to visit Versace on a regular basis, then you are model turned fashion designer Veronica Pereira. Her debut clothing line, Lola Dean, has captured the attention of Los Angeles socialites and sexy little princesses everywhere. I've heard of this line. Veronica Perriera lives a life most people dream of living. Born into a gold-stricken family, she began her career as a model, which she continued while attending fashion school in New York City. She managed to work as a celebrity reporter for an accredited Spanish network, get discovered by important designer Mario Dello, who hired her as assistant designer, paid for her own tuition, which probably wasn't too hard considering she's rich, and still finds time to update her spectacular wardrobe free. How's that for smart scheduling? It also turns out that working for someone who is a regular on A-list Hollywood celebrity parties works pretty well in establishing your own clothing line. And that's what Perriera did. Lola Dean was launched in the spring of 2004, as well as her exceptional self-titled label, Veronica Perriera. She has built a respectable celebrity fan base, including Naomi Campbell, Jillian Barberie, Jamie DeScala, Mishka Barton, and Brooke Burke, to name a few. Yada, yada, yada. It goes on to say, stay tuned for the premiere fall 2005 collection, which debuts at Henry Bendel. Oh, my gosh, it's like one of my favorite places to shop. Look at this girl. Or you can buy straight from her website. Hell, I'll give it out. www.loladean.com. Everything is in small letters. So that's who was expressing interest in Sugar J. Something tells me that was only for a jump off. This is a girl, she's not not really a Lala. Ooh, but I can't get over that they're saying Lala said, I'll cut your pretty face. How would you like me to cut your pretty face? And then went upstairs to the booth and began to blast her and blast him. Lala, you better concentrate on that 9 on your fingers, the pin in your pocket, and a date to jump the broom. You were spending way too much time with ex-relationship issues. I didn't like Halle Berry's dress either, or the hair. I don't know whether I'd call her looking like a runaway slave. They might as well have said that. They said her hair looked like a reject from The Color Purple. You know what I mean? Yesterday for the red carpet, I didn't like the hair. No, I didn't like the dress, the ruffles, and, the ruffles add pounds, but you know what? All in the right places. She has the ruffles around, lower than her waist, so her waist is cinched in, and the ruffles, added a couple of inches to her, booty and her thighs and stuff. Well, there's nothing wrong with that because, she's not a fat girl, and we all know that. But no, I didn't like the dress either. I didn't like it. I thought that Halle could look better. E really gave it to her. Halle Berry makes a rare award season slip up in an asymmetrically bodiced gold gown with seriously pound-adding ruffled skirt. Sadly, the strapped combo only serves to make the sexy star look, well, unbalanced. And the center part hairdo looks like a reject from The Color Purple. Yeah, I didn't like from head to toe either. But, she must not be using Philip Block. Philip Block wouldn't have somebody wear something like that. I like him, Philip Block. Busta Rhymes had a party. I met him there. He's got like, the little white gay guy with dark brown hair. He's a stylist, pencil thin mustache, like back in the day. You know who I'm talking about? That's Philip Block. He always does Halle. That's a slip up. This is a faux pas. Maybe not yesterday. We'll be back.
It's Wendy, man.
I got slayed so well. Made me do things I don't even do to my husband.
Oh my God! The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hello? Oh, sorry. Oh, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. I have something nice for you all to win on WBLS 107.5. And don't forget about the bonus hour. I had a dream of getting this bonus hour, so I'm working it on this King Holiday Celebration Day. Okay, so caller number 11 on the phones is going to pick up passes for a Valentine's Love Affair. It's going to be at the Beacon Theater with all your favorite crooners, Keith Sweat, Melissa Morgan, and Atlantic Star, Secret Lover. And we invite you to be our special guest for an evening of romance on February 13th, which is Sunday night. Then Valentine's Day is Monday. Okay? You can call 866-GET-WENDY and pick up those passes right now. Dial carefully and good luck. Blah. Shout out to Jersey City again. You know, there's a place there called Rascals on the Hudson. Rascals Comedy Club. And me, and the comedy experience, Pone, and comedians and stuff will be there on January 27th. So I'll see you all there. You can actually call Rascals for more information there in Jersey City. Call and, reserve a table or, whatever you do with Rascals in Jersey City, though. But on January 27th, just to let you know that's a Thursday. All right, so we can continue on. And we'll play some commercials, I guess, and some music, and we'll come back with more jokes on the Wendy Williams Experience. Keep it here.
0.99% of germs in seconds.
Oh, they can't touch. You can't touch this.
You can touch, then Purell.
Yo, what's up? This is Keenan Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Fat Albert, Saturday Night Live. And you listening to the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS.
Hey, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. I am looking at some fantastic pictures of Diana Ross for her new Mac ad. Have you seen them yet? Steve, one of our interns, brought... Yeah, but one of them, her mouth is closed. So, look. You see? She looks stellar. She looks 30. You can't even say she looks good for a woman of her age. She looks good for a woman of your age, too. She's got a flat iron with gold and brown color in one shot, and then the dark brown, black hair, curly and wild Diana style in another. And as Steve and I assessed as we looked at them, she's never been one for a bunch of color around her eyes. She just likes to take that kohl marker and just... And she looks fabulous. It's a shame that she doesn't approve of these colors. I like the colors. What's wrong with the colors? Hi, Mac. I would like to stop by and get some of these Diana Ross colors. What's wrong with the colors? Oh, I know. They make her look too dark. You know, she's always been one to shy away from what she is. They put enough flash in the pictures, Diana. You look about the color of your daughter, Tracy. You don't look like the other one that was fathered with Barry Gordy. Calm down. They got your nose at the white woman angle. I like the Diana Ross colors, Mac, for the record. Look, pass the picture around. Look, doesn't she look fabulous? She's in her 60s. She looks in her 30s. Dare I say she looks like a MILF who could easily pick up an 18-year-old on the campus. Of course, you know, there's airbrushing and so on and so forth. But you know what? Even with airbrushing, you've got to have something to work with initially. You cannot be just straight up butt ugly. You have to have a little something. So, you know, airbrush is not the excuse. She's not a bad-looking woman in regular. And then you throw on the airbrushing and, you know, like that. You get her to smile with her mouth shut. Yeah, because it is what it is behind those lips. Dear Wendy, you were so right the other day when you were talking about pimps versus drug dealers. The drug dealer's credo is don't get high on your own supply, while a pimp's credo is cop and lock and know how they lock these women. Sex and drugs. She ought to run, not walk. Okay, Adrian is referring to a woman whose man came home and said he's a bona fide pimp now. Now, I've gotten 2 different women say this about their men in the past, 4 weeks, which to me is big. Like, men just throw in the towel. And, they're, as you can see, the end of the road to the drug game happens, and happens real stink. You all read about this huge bust ring in Queens? They got tons of cash, tons of cars. They put an even Prada shoes. I guess that's the tip-off that it was a black thing. In here, they also, in the article, they also put that when they ran up in the house, they found more than 100 pairs of upscale footwear. One of the homegirls, somehow involved with one of the dudes doing it. She used to shop at nothing but Prada and Gucci. And they found $25,000 worth of shoes and stuff, and about $500,000 in cash. But she was still collecting welfare checks.
Wow!
I mean, you know what? It's with the drug game, and I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying if you weren't in it in the 80s, then you don't need to be in it. Even the dudes from the 80s are out of it at this point. During the 70s is when white people made all their money, with the drugs. By the 80s, they were ready to spread the love to the brothers and the sisters. In my opinion, the way it looks. And that's where you have some of the OGs that Feds writes about and Don Diva magazine and whatnot. That's where, you get the Alpos and people like that. Because in the 70s, that's when white man made, tons of money with... Now, throw a couple of birds to the community, our community, and like that. But if you weren't in it in the 80s to stick and move, now is not the time. And people are getting popped left and right. And you throw those Jump Street cops up in the mix and forget it. You don't know what you're dealing with. Get a 22-year-old Holly Robinson Pete. You want to slay her, and she's popping her gum and dropping it like it's hot in the club. She's a straight-up cop. You know what I mean? In the meantime, you're slaying her, you're taking her on runs, she's watching you count money, you're throwing money all over her. Like in the movies, they make love on $1 million and then $1 million more just thrown over top. And you know what I mean? In the meantime, what was she doing with that money? She had, just like it's almost like you're a prisoner of your own lifestyle. Oh, by the way, pimp versus drug dealer. These days, I take the pimp, and I don't, and I don't want either. But it's only problem with the. No, wait, I take the drug dealer. What am I saying? That was my original answer. That's why Adrian was faxing and saying I agree. Problem with the pimp is is sampling all the different fruits. You know what I mean? Which, why are we comparing these? Because it's the experience and it is what it is. I couldn't deal with a pimp, though. I got to tell you something. I just, all them nasty hoes and that cheap perfume, coming home all kind of late after getting a professional. At the end of the night, pimp come around and collect his money, wants a hoe to bow down. You know what I mean? Did you hear about what jumped off at Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman's house? People, you got to be so careful about who you invite over to your house. Without mentioning names, I remember growing up, my family knew a family that was into the following. And, I just could not understand how my parents could still, knowing what, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to say another word about that. Needless to say, I learned from my parents and from this person right here, and I'm very, very funny about, and you probably should be too, because you never know how trifling somebody's going to be unless you, just listen to this, right? So apparently Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, his wife, they had a party at their house. And a guy at the party got hurt. Now, the guy's name is Ivan Harden. And Ivan was just, one of the people at the party. And apparently he was smashed his drink was smashed into his own face because he was standing too close to the dance floor.
Wow.
He admits in his lawsuit that he was standing close to the dance floor and holding a drink when a flailing armed dancer knocked his glass out of his hand. Well, Ivan says his reasons, Ivan's reasoning for this is that Danny DeVito, who by the way is 60, and Rhea Perlman, who's 56, well, they owe him, Ivan, because they were supposed to be responsible for making sure the dance floor and surrounding areas were not overcrowded and that people were not behaving in a wild or inappropriate manner. Now, there's an attorney named Vicki Roberts who says the case won't be easy to win. The defense is going to argue, well, why were you standing so close to the dance floor with a loaded glass in your hand? You should have backed away from party revelers dancing. But you know what I'm saying? You invite somebody to your house, and then all of a sudden they turn into your worst enemy. They didn't say that the drink smashed in his face and cut it, and even if it did, same principle. Why were you standing so close to the dance floor? Like, you don't think about things like that, and maybe all of us should think about it more. We're supposed to secure the area to be sure nobody gets hurt. You know? I know for the few times that we have people over at our house, I always make sure, you know, if a little, you know, we have the Poland Springs dispenser. If some water overflows and it's a little bit wet over there, I wipe it up like immediately. Just because I get flashbacks to, you know, these people from, you know, back in my childhood. I remember the you know, just, you know, and it was like a part-time job. Going to somebody's house and falling and suing and whatnot. A disgrace. My parents would kill me if they knew I was telling this story, but I haven't said any names. They're in Miami. They don't know that you can access the show online. Shh, don't tell them. If I dwell on this one more moment, I'm liable to get a Tourette's moment and shout out the name. Alas, I won't. I'll move on. I just find that to be like such trifling behavior. Do you know what I mean? In the meantime, remember Tatiana from Michael's The Way You Make Me Feel video? Well, she's written her biography. It's called The Way He Made Me Feel. And she made news in 1988. You'll remember Tatiana, the light-skinned girl with the long weave who was in The Way You Make Me Feel video. And there was a quick rumor at the time of that video that she and Michael were, you know, well, they fancied each other. You remember that. Well, apparently she hasn't done much since 1988 because she's still riding this same old damn gravy train, which, you know, lends no credibility to her situation or anything that she has to read or say. However, wouldn't she be the most dramatic guest on the show? Our booker, Elisa Payne, is she was dilated 3 centimeters all last week. She's about to have her baby. And on Friday, with about 1 hour left of the show, she opted out. She said, look, I'm feeling a little, before she even got finished with her sentence, I was like, go ahead. I walked her to the elevator, practically pushed her in like, I ain't birthed no babies. Go ahead. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. So, you know, today, Elisa, are you listening? You think you can book somebody before you, before you get on your BlackBerry cell phone, whatever? Tatiana Thumpzen. I'm going to spell her last name. Elisa, you listening? THUMBTZEN. From The Way You Make Me Feel video. Get her. The Way He Made Me Feel. So, apparently, remember when Michael Jackson stunned? He was at the concert and he kissed her in public. That was his first public kiss. And she goes on to say, and then Michael went on to say, I love her because she's warm and caring and exciting. That's what he said after the kiss. She also went with him to the Grammys one year and toured with him during his Bad tour. Do you remember? Fans of Michael at that particular time? Oh, I remember. Well, apparently, her co-author for this book, Tanya Ryan, is a successful entrepreneur and TV host. Tanya, they say, is doing her thing. Tatiana, they don't say anything about, exactly what she's doing right now. Let me just move down a little bit. It is a biography about Tatiana's life in Hollywood, her experiences with Michael Jackson and other celebrities. There have been so many different rumors about what really happened between Tatiana and Michael. Now this book is finally the real story, and it can give you all the answers. I can tell you this, it is going to be very revealing, especially when people find out that Tatiana lied back in 1993. That was the first time that Michael Jackson had alleged allegations of child molestation against him. Tatiana told the media, Maury Povich and whatnot, they have in parentheses, that she and Michael were once romantically involved when they never were. Here is another woman from Michael's past that people think he was romantically involved with, or at least had some type of sexual relationship with, when he never did. Every other red-blooded male in America was after her at that time, including Eddie Murphy, Prince, Robert De Niro, and Matt LeBlanc. But Michael did not even go out on a date with her. You do the math. Yeah, stupid plus stupid equals she's still stupid. She maybe needed to, tricked off with Eddie. Tatiana, his current wife, they look similar. Tall, yellow. You know what I mean? She could have been Mrs. Murphy. Instead, she's Mrs. Broke, trying to get people to buy her book. And now that you've dropped the bomb, Miss Co-Writer, nobody cares about the book. Because now we know. She's going to say that they never slept together. What else do we need to know? Everything else we can conclude. Michael's going to jail, y'all. Michael's going to jail. And if she perjured in front of... Oh, that's right. It wasn't during her trial. I was going to say, if she perjured in front of us in 1993, then why is Little Kim in trouble? Oh, because Little Kim perjured in front of the feds, and this girl just perjured on Maury Povich, which is one big perjury charge unto itself. I can't believe he's still on TV spewing that mess. Anyway, Elisa, though, I would still like to have her. Are you okay? Before you get to the 10th centimeter, you think you can make a call? What's going on, Remy? What happened with you and Gloria Velez?
Talking mad reckless to me. FYI, I never got robbed in my life.
Okay.
You letting Gloria Velez rob me.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hi. Yes, that's right. This is Rick James, bitch. And you're listening to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, yo, check this out. This is Lone representing the Bad Boy family. And right now, I'm chilling with the queen of radio, you heard? Wendy Williams. It's not a game, man. Watch yourself.
It's the Wendy Williams Experience on the radio. Hello.
Wendy, what's up? This is Andre. How you doing?
Hey, Andre.
All right, Wendy, I got a little problem. Okay. On the WBL page, y'all got a little briefing thing on Fantasia from American Idol.
Okay, that was from our Christmas party with a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it says on that page, it quotes, it says that she was the only artist to have a #1 hit in the Billboard Hot 100, and that's incorrect. I let you know because that's not true. Mariah has 3 #1 singles to debut #1 on the Hot 100, and Fantasia's not the only one to have a #1 hit. Mariah's the only one to have 3 though. It was Fantasy, One Sweet Day, and Honey all debut #1. So I want to let you know that but make sure that y'all know that because I can't have anybody misrepresenting me.
Hello.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Remember that girl that called about a couple hours ago, begging you to pay for her lawyer?
Well, no, she wasn't begging me. The woman who faxed in said, Wendy, couldn't you tell? She was asking for help, a woman of your means. You should have been able to help her. Now, the little girl, the young woman, I'm sorry, she's 28. She only asked and pointed her in the direction of. She didn't come out, but the woman said that that's what she meant.
Okay, because my sister-in-law, she's been with a guy for 4 years. He was in jail when she gave birth. Now he's back in jail again. He got locked up 8 days before their wedding, a $30,000 wedding. He went to jail. And my mother-in-law was asked out of the money.
And your point is that she should...
They gotta move on.
Exactly.
Come on, you know what? You get what you get, and that's it. That's your life. You chose that life, and you should have known you know, like, you're with this guy for how many years? He's going to jail twice, and you're having kids with him.
Yeah.
And there you are begging, like, or, you know, you're putting yourself in a crap situation.
And fortunately for her, she can have an out because she doesn't have any kids, and she's 28, and she can still rebuild her life. She needs to leave.
Yeah, I was, like, embarrassed for her when she was calling up, like, because I felt, like, embarrassed for her. Like, she's begging somebody to help her out.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really bad situation, but, like, yeah, women have to wake up. They can't be staying with guys that are in jail.
Well, there's exceptions to every rule, but by and large, if you don't have a reason to be there, i.e. marriage or children,
get out.
And even then, there's a question mark. You need to get out. All right, thank you for calling.
All right, bye, Wendy.
Bye. So, do you curl, flat iron, or hot roller? Marie Claire says 62% of women style their hair with a curling iron, while 21% use hot rollers. Who are those princesses? Well, one of them happens to do my hair, Steve. He loves a hot roller. Hot rollers, Wendy. Hot roll. 17% of women style their hair with a flat iron. And according to the Center for Disease Control and the American Dental Association, they say, you know, that whole toothbrush thing. I just finished changing all the toothbrushes in our house over the weekend, and I went over to the CVS and I picked up new toothbrush cases for all of us, because what's the point in changing your toothbrush if you got the same case? And I don't wait for our toothbrushes to run out. But in case you're one of those people, can you believe the American Dental Association says that toothbrushes need to be changed once every 3 months? 3 months?
Earlier than...
Please, once every month, once every 4 weeks. Or if you're sick. You know what I mean? Like, always change them when you're sick. And you need a new toothbrush for every day you have your cold. If you have a cold for 5 days, you need 5 toothbrushes. Because otherwise, you're putting first-day germs on the 5th day when your cold is almost gone. That's not good. You got to change your toothbrush. And say it's a month of wellness where you're not sick at all. In my opinion... Or is it just me? I scrubulate my teeth. Scrubulating and, you know. But don't you want your bristles to always stand at attention? I mean, you scrub them to the point of right before your gums bleed, because you don't want that. You don't want bleeding gums. But you know what I mean? And twice a day. And, you know what I mean? And then when I change the toothbrush, I put the case through the dishwasher. I mean, I'm not going to change my case once every 3 months. I mean, once every 30 days. That's, you know, that gets expensive, but also that's very fastidious. You know what I mean? But I do put the case in the dishwasher and you know, hot water through. And then if it's fluey and coldy and phlegmy, then I change the toothbrush and the case. Always, though. I can't believe the ADA says once every 3 months. They also say the proper way is to rinse your brush and then let it air dry in an upright position. Do you do that? Now, I brush and then I go like this. I flick it into the sink. You know, I rinse and then flick it to get the excess water. And then I put it back in the case, close it up, and throw it back in the drawer. I don't know. We're all doing something wrong, but, you know, oh hell, oh well. I just say once every 3 months. That's ridiculous. You know. The girls from Desperate Housewives looked really nice on the red carpet. I don't like Charlize Theron's brown hair. Nobody asked me about that. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Was she uglying herself down to get a new part or something? Congratulations again to to Jamie Foxx. You knew it was going to happen on the King holiday weekend and whatnot. I mean, you knew it was going down. No, Layla Arcieri wasn't thanked in the thank you speech. As well, she shouldn't be. He's got to keep her in her place. She walked the red carpet. She stood with Star Jones. She understands. We understand now that he's dating her. But to thank her in the speech would almost make us, you know, because you know how we are. We love the drama. He's walking with her. That means that's his girl. He thanks her on the stage. That means she's pregnant. You know what I mean? Or they're about to get married. You know, he can't put too much out there. Plus, he watered down her red carpet walk by bringing that Regina King along with him. Did you see him when all three of them were talking to Star Jones, who was wearing the wrong thing, everything just wrong. I thought. I thought. Do you like the Star interviews on E? I like the one that she did with Jamie Foxx. I mean, the only thing about Star is that she wants to be invited every place and do everything, so you're never going to expect her to really ask much. But I felt uncomfortable with her with Jennifer Garner. I don't know. I just didn't see a comfort zone to that. Oh, this comes from the producer's corner. Art just passed this in. They have an electronic toothbrush with detachable head that spins like an actual dentist instrument. It's called the Brawn. Makes you feel like you got a professional cleaning every day. No need for toothbrushes. Art is so Susie. He drops off this Susie note, you know. It spills off his freshly manicured nails, and he would know this. I'm sure he's got a Braun or two at his well-appointed Oxford Blue apartment. And then he closes the door and leaves before you get a chance to say anything. Listen, guys, I love that you listened today. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It is what it is. Good night.
Peace party, people. See you later. Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night.
Program complete.
New York City, keep it where you got it. The bonus hour is straight ahead. Do you own your own business or service in the tri-state area directed toward the bridal industry? Well, here's your opportunity to reach thousands of potential customers. WBLS proudly presents the WBLS African American Caribbean Bridal Expo on Saturday, February 19th at New York's Hotel Pennsylvania Penn Pavilion in Manhattan. Now, the Bridal Expo provides your business with opportunity to sell and market your wedding services to thousands of potential customers. The African American Caribbean Bridal Expo is looking for caterers, jewelers, florists, limo services, event planners, travel agents, wedding apparel, tuxedo rental, DJs, wedding consultants, photographers, and many more. If this is your business, be a part of this unique bridal marketing event.
As you regular listeners know, from time to time, we have special guests here in the studio.
Yo, what's up? This is Anthony Hamilton.
Hey, your boy, Baby Sam. Can you hear me?
This is Busy Bone, the kid from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
What's up? This is Heather Hunter.
Yeah, this your boy Lloyd.
King's the Crunky Boy Lil John.
It's that fool Big Sam.
Right now you're listening to the Wendy Williams Experience. Yes.
Thank you. That was a nice stall. Always in the back, taking a toothbrush to my baby hair. And sampling the free tea that they have in the kitchen. You know, I don't take advantage enough of the freebies around here. Chocolate tea. Have you ever had that before? They got a flavor back there, chocolate tea. The radio station, they provide, we get it nice here. Free tea. $1.25 for a bottle of water, though, in the kitchen. 75 cents per drink, and Starbucks downstairs in the lobby. I love that. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the bonus hour. It's the Wendy Williams Experience for your King holiday. Ooh, you know what? I've been meaning, as I'm sitting here purelling my hands, I've been meaning to shout out to MC Hammer. Congratulations on the Purell. You can't touch this. I mean, he did write that himself, didn't he? Okay, so he is getting that money. Look at me. Did he write that himself? Yeah. You can't touch this. That's an original song by MC Hammer, right?
Rick James.
Wait a minute, Rick James. No. But he's saying you can't touch this. Right. So at least he's getting some lyricist words from the commercial, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I know the that goes to the Rick James estate, but you can't touch this. You've seen the Purell?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Hammer. He's a friend to the show. I like him a lot. You know, he's a really nice guy. I know it's Monday. If you're like me, you were out this weekend. We didn't get in until 5 o'clock on Sunday morning up in Hartford, having fun. And I only slept for 5 hours yesterday and then ended up being so exhausted I couldn't watch Desperate Housewives last night. I fell asleep first 20 minutes in. I was so mad when I woke up this morning. You don't understand, because I had stuff to cover last night. I wanted to see the new episode of Celebrity Fit Club on VH1, one of my new favorite shows. I like everybody from Wendy the Snapple lady to the Fat Baldwin. I like Maybelline Ephraim. I especially love Kim Coles. Just, everybody on there. Bismarcky, love it. Do you know that he weighs 344 pounds? Yeah, and they tell the body fat and everything. Oh, it's a good show. And then Liv Tyler, I fell asleep last night, didn't see her get all upset. She said, Jamie, one of our interns was saying that Liv said something like, whether I'm fat or thin, I'll always be pretty. And she put it down. I have to see a rerun of that. Maybe that's coming on tonight. I'm going to get my growing up Gotti in. Anyway, the Shadow Nightclub. I say all that to say, I was talking about the weekend, the parties and stuff like that. But it's not too early to plan for the following weekend, is it? Aren't you already making your to-do list for next weekend? All right. Well, one of the things you might want to put on your list for a good time, go to the Shadow. It's free on Thursdays. It's packed on Fridays and Saturdays. They got it going on. I know they had their Find Your Match party last night. Did anybody hook up? Feel free to holler at me. 866-GET-WENDY, just in case. Wendy, I listen to the show every damn day. I live in Jersey City. I want you to know that I watched Rap City, and it just went off. Tigger's final episode. Yeah, we forgot to run back there to the kitchen and see how it went down. But apparently Patti LaBelle did play Tigger's mother and even made fun of Patti LaBelle by saying she wished she looked this good. You see, it was Patti making fun of Patti. Does anybody care? Well, be well, Tigger. Good luck. If Art knew so much about this Braun tooth thing, and he knows that we're Toothnistas on the show, I'm just saying, I wonder how much this is. How come he had to regift me a box of Godiva chocolates for Christmas? You know what I mean? Like, that would be a perfect gift. A box of Crest White strips at, $45 or $50. Okay, he doesn't want to spend that much. Get the 7-day size for $25. A month's supply of Pearl Drops toothpaste. Just, I get back to that regifting and I get angry with him. Only because I found use for that regifted box of Godivas this weekend. Okay, you make some Swiss Miss and you bring some toothpicks to your bed and you poke the Godivas and you dunk them in the Swiss Miss just to the point of that outside chocolate getting nice and gooey, but not to the point of it falling, sliding off. And then you look sure he ate. Yeah, I ate his damn gift this weekend. Damn him. I'm just mad because that was part of my weekend binge. What else did I want to share with you guys? Oh, about Jennifer and Brad. Well, she's moved out. Did you see in the newspaper today? She's moved out of the house. She moved out last Wednesday night. She was seen moving bags and boxes. I'm sure next week that'll be in the Enquirer and the Star, because the photographers are always in their perch up at the top of the tree. She was seen moving bags and boxes of her belongings into the Los Angeles home of her longtime hairstylist and confidant, Chris McMillan. You gotta watch the hairstylist and the makeup and the confidant. I swear, and I'm just to the point where I'm using the same person all the time, Steve. Hi, Steve. I know you're listening. I do censor my conversation around you. Like, I don't like to get too open. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just always Jennifer Lopez had this problem with her hairstylist, the hairstylist, makeup artist, and you get them to be one and the same and just a bit queenie and shoddy, and it's over. That is your built-in best friend, your go-to person when you're crying about anything. All them hours it takes to put those lashes on, and you're just talking about your personal life, and then they're putting the hair in, and you just talk. And they have you open, too, because they're seeing you at your rawest time. Good morning, Steve. Look, my hair is in the bag. If you just plug in the flat, right, just do something. No, I'm going to keep my sunglasses on until you work on my eyes. Oh, girl, what happened last night? Oh, we went through it. We had a fight. I threw him out. I drove around all night. The baby was at the window banging. Where's mom? You can get open off these. Oh, girl, don't worry about it. I'll put on some makeup, and before you know it, you won't even be able to tell. You will feel like $1 million, girl. Well, my ex-boyfriend, he did that. And before you know it, you are wide open. Wide open. Like an offender on 145th Street. Wide open. Oh, I love you, Steve, but I watch everything I say around you. Only because I report enough stories, and at the crux of the stories, a lot of times, the hairstylist, the makeup artist, they know all the tea. So yeah, here she go. Fresh off of a 4-year marriage to Brad Pitt. 4 years. And her hairstylist is her confidant. Well, you can see, because Jennifer Aniston puts a lot into her hair and stuff. She's the world famous hair, and there she was, moving her boxes of belongings into his house. And she was doing that while Brad is over in Tokyo promoting Ocean's 12. Oh, one of those, when you come back, my stuff will be gone. And there it is. She doesn't want anything to do, it says in the paper, with a 6-bedroom, $13.5 million Beverly Hills home that she and Brad spent 2 years remodeling and finally moved into in 2003. I remember part of the remodeling because I remember he was away doing a movie and she found mold in the basement and she couldn't figure out what it was because, all of a sudden her breathing started getting crazy in the house and stuff. And so then they took pictures of the paparazzi in their perches. You buzz the garage doors up, but then there's always a tree out there for a perch. The paparazzi took perch-side pictures of her out there with the butter knife, scraping mold and putting in it, with the SARS mask on and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. By the way, that was funny this morning with the SARS, wasn't it? So I was rolling. If you weren't there, don't ask. Yeah. Anyway, so she's out of the house. And here's what, let me read. Last Wednesday, she was making herself very much at home at McMillan's. That's the makeup artist, hairstylist. Earlier that day, Aniston was photographed. You see, they're always in their perches. By co-star Frances McDermott and cameraman Danny Motor. That's Julia's man. No, this was a legit photograph. I know Motor is not a percher. On the Santa Monica set of Friends with Money, a romantic comedy. McMillan, the makeup artist, helped make Aniston a household name with her now famous Rachel haircut from back in 1994. So you see, she was married to Brad for 4 years, but her and that makeup artist go way back. As a matter of fact, he gave her one of the things that catapulted her to a household name, the hair. He's the go-to person. If I were to get in her life, I would have broken that little thing up immediately. There's something to be said for when Mark Anthony came into Jennifer Lopez's life. All of a sudden, she started. You know what I'm saying? Because there are certain things that we cannot have in here. We have to start anew. No, really. Because you know how we single women are. I haven't been single for a moment, but you yap in your mouth, and you might not be able to get rid of the best friends, Sharonda and them. But at the very least, let's get you a new, makeup artist, stylist, money manager, yada, 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 yada. I mean, doesn't mean that she has to do it, but at least make the strong suggestion. I'm a woman saying this. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, women. I'm still down with the sisterhood. All I'm saying is that if I were Brad, I would have had her, or at the very least, try to. Damn. Too much talk. Too much talk. Let me get back to the article. Earlier that day, she was photographed. Okay. McMillan helped make her a household name with the Rachel in 1994 when her show Friends started, yada, yada. They are very close friends, and he's been styling her hair ever since, including her wedding to Brad Pitt at the next, and for her next film, rumor has it, with Kevin Costner. At a party in McMillan's honor, that's the hairstylist. Last spring, Aniston gushed, "I'd lay myself at his feet. He's not just about the hair. He's all heart." Wow. McMillan has his own Beverly Hills salon, and also Courtney Cox, Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, Juliana Moore, and Hilary Swank. He styles them too. As different theories continue to swirl over the exact cause of the breakup of the Hollywood, close to saying Brad's relationship with Angelina Jolie, and I threw away the rest of the article. I usually do that when I don't see anything else important. The most important thing is that Watch them hairstylists, makeup artists. Oh, it's so easy. You know, they're filling your eyes, they're filling in the cracks, and you say, oh, I had such a lousy night last night. We were up all night making love, and you know what I mean? While they're trying to cover, oh, you know, you have a scratch mark on your arm. Oh, yeah, can you put a little Dermablend on that? That's where, you know, he dragged me by the hair, kicking and screaming. Oh, I loved it. You see? Nobody needs to know that much. Why is it that when the bonus hour kicks in, I feel all Red Bulled up? When really, you know, I don't drink that stuff. I don't trust it. It's not that I don't trust it. I don't believe that caffeine drinks. I think all that's like mind game. I swear I do, and I drink coffee every single morning. But either you have it or you don't when you wake up in the morning. Either you're going to hit the floor running or you're not. And even if you don't hit the floor running, then either there's going to be something that happens in your life that injects you with just natural, you know, energy, or it doesn't. I think that whole caffeine, Red Bull, that's overhyped mess. I do. I mean, but you know what? Essence did a really nice article on these drinks. They say about Red Bull, it contains 10 calories, 3 carbs, blah, 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 the buzz. All right, the taste sampler says, I got a caffeine rush without the heart palpitations. It's nice and smooth, just don't overdo it. Then they talk about Sobe, adrenaline rush. You guys have heard of that? The tester says, thanks to the herbal buzz booster, I can't stop and I won't stop. Okay, so apparently Sobe gives you more of a shot than Red Bull. Let's talk about Rip It. Have you guys ever heard of Rip It? All right. Huh? Have you? Then let's move on. Have you ever heard of Buku? Remember Bokus from back in the day, you guys? Oh, this is not Boku. This is called Buku. Okay, so then we'll move on. Remember something? Do you know something called Vipa? VIPA? Okay, so then we'll move on. What about Wired? Okay, well, we're not going to talk about that either. So we know Sobe, adrenaline, and Red Bull. And out of the two of them, apparently this person got the biggest buzz out of the Sobe. I don't drink either. I just think it's all, they play mind games on you people with you walking around with your Red Bulls and stuff, thinking you're getting extra energy. And the no-dos to keep you awake and stuff. You want to stay awake? Go up to 145th Street. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's no mind game. That's for real. So I got a handle on the ludicrous Kanye West thing. I know I told you guys like 3 times last week. And I don't drink tea for the buzz or coffee. I like it because the soothing warmth on my pipes. You know what I mean? It feels good. Anyway, okay, so apparently, and it's taken me a while to actually read or drum up whether I care, but I'll pass it on to you guys. Last week, apparently in New Jersey, there was a New Jersey independent label filed a lawsuit in courts against Ludacris and Kanye West, alleging that the chorus for Stand Up was jacked from one of their songs, a group, you know, in the cut, New Jersey. But this happens all the time. As a matter of fact, it happens so much that I think that I reported this before the suit was filed, because it was just filed. I did, Jamie? See, Jamie said I did. How many months ago did I report it? Maybe 2 months ago? Yeah. About 2 months ago. I thought I remembered this. But you know what? This stuff happens all the time. Like, you never heard of somebody, then somebody that you have heard of comes along and steals their material, and they think they can get away with it, and by and large, they do. I'm not saying it's right, but say it with me. It is what it is. It's not right, and only when groups file lawsuits does any attention get brought to it. Except the attention that gets brought to it, I don't know that it's attention, because look how I'm talking about it. You know? Apparently, they're unable to elaborate on the specifics of the suit. But the label's representative, this indie label's representative, his name is Jeff Billingsley, and a person named Black. And Billingsley is the CEO of a New Jersey-based record label called BMS Entertainment. And they're claiming that Ludacris was handed a copy of Straight Like That, which is a BMS Entertainment recorded song by IOF. Now, I know them. Apparently, he was handed Ludacris was handed this copy several times between August of 2002 and May of 2003. The suit also claims that Kanye West, the producer of the hit Stand Up, also received copies of this upstart group called IOF's tape. What's up, IOF? This is really unfortunate. And here's what Billingsley is saying on behalf of IOF. We gave him, meaning Ludacris, a CD 4 times in well-publicized places. BET Studios, MTV Studios. 2 members of IOF gave Ludacris the same song twice in the same place. Everyone from Method Man to Nori to Kevin Lyles got CDs. Stand Up was released last fall, and BMS is saying that Straight Like That was recorded and copywritten in 2000. So they did have all their papers. So we're going to follow this lawsuit and see what happens. Somebody called us from down south and they were like, did you do a song with Luda? And then more and more people kept coming up to us asking us about it, says Billingsley. We sat down with the group. We went and got a musicologist who's worked with everyone from Michael Jackson to Julio Iglesias in order to determine whether we had a claim. We had to make sure we did, even before we got lawyers. I mean, it happens. It's really unfortunate. Dude was sampled and not paid off Janet Jackson's new song. What's All Head's name? Kashif.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, we had him to come on the show. We had him booked to come on the show specifically to talk about this. And for whatever reason, he's fallen through the cracks on his part. Maybe Janet silently paid him off. I don't know. Maybe his service got disconnected. Because I don't know what condition Kashif is in at this particular point. You know? It happens. It's not right. It's not. Well, look, you all. What I'm going to do is I would love to take some phone calls. We got some more WBLS information to pass on to you. Here, get out a pen and paper before we take this break. I'm going to give you the telephone number to find out how you can pledge your money to build the dream. Dr. Martin Luther King Monument in our nation's capital, okay? Now, today we are celebrating the King holiday. And you can join WBLS to support the Washington, D.C. Martin Luther King National Memorial Foundation in building a monument for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King in our nation's capital. I'm so shocked that we don't have one. I mean, the greatest civil rights leader of all time. We're in the year 2004. We have a national holiday where businesses are closed. The mail is not delivered. We can't go to the bank. But this man doesn't have a monument in the nation's capital. Oh, it's been ages since I've been to D.C., so, you know, I did not realize this. Didn't you almost expect that there'd be something there for him? Well, now they're asking us for our money to make it happen. Which, in my opinion, and look, I'm here for a little over a half hour. I would love to hear from you. Are we supposed to be having a second inaugural celebration, or is he supposed to be resting on the laurels of the first one and having his big fat cat supporters donate their money elsewhere, write a big ass check to AmeriCare, you know, tsunami relief, or, you know, help Haiti, or be the first to put a brick down for this King Memorial? Aren't you tapped out financially from the holidays? I'm sorry that I have to give you this telephone number, but it's on the log. I might get in trouble when the bosses get back from Puerto Rico, but they're luxuriating. So I feel as though nobody's going to bombard the door right now. I wince every time I have to give you all this number. It starts today. You can pledge your support. I don't have any money for this. Christmas, a whole bunch of financial crap. You know how it is right around this time of the year, all this crap. Are you already taking your crap to your accountant? Seeing how you've been slayed by the government again? And then the tsunami came out of nowhere and, just, wow. I don't know about you, but I'll give you the number in case you want to pledge your support. I wrong about this? Financially, I feel raped. It's still January. I feel raped. I'm sorry I have to give you this number, but if you have a dime left over to do anything with, then you can call and pledge your tax-deductible donation at 888-4-THE-DREAM. 888-4-THE-DREAM, or you can log on to buildthedream.org. And this is so that we, John Q. Public, can put our money into building a monument for a man who should have had one long time ago. I had no idea. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Over 200,000 people now are dead with that tsunami. This is very important. But in the bigger scheme of things, why can't Bush, as a matter of fact, you know what? There needs to be more money for relief in the tsunami, and perhaps some more help over there in Afghanistan, and with the troops, and maybe bring them home. Like what are we fighting for? And you need to postpone this big. Excuse me, I know he's not listening. What do you guys feel about the inaugural party? I don't know. Anyway, I'll give you that telephone number again. And by the way, I'm here taking telephone calls at 866-GET-WENDY. I'm still here taking your faxes at 866-WENDY-FAX. But in the meantime, if you get a moment in between, breaking off everybody who you owe money to because it's the first of the year, and you have anything left over, you can call and pledge your money to help build this monument at 888-4-THE-DREAM. This is, wow, 888-4-THE-DREAM. You know what? If they took 10 fat cat actors or people in the money. Oprah, I know Oprah's stretched to the limit, but she can stretch a little bit more, but she's stretched to the limit. Bill Cosby stretched to the limit. I know all the great work, but this is so important. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, if I didn't do the American Red Cross, I would do for this. I would do. You understand? And you did UNICEF, Jamie. Samuel L. and Denzel, Bob Johnson. I mean, I hate to put it on their laps, but they're the only ones who still have money. I mean, crazy money, when it's all said and done. Oh, boy. What are we going to play?
Whatever you want.
Good. Let it be hip-hop and you don't stop. I'm grown and I'm sexy, but I'm not ready to roll over and die. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. It's 107.5. Oh, and Vaughn Harper's coming up at 7 o'clock. WBLS. Keep it here.
This is Jack Bauer with CTU. I need to speak with the president immediately.
Last week, over 30 million people got hooked on the new...
I'm tempted to touch. Okay. Look at Caroline from The Apprentice, you guys. I bet you wouldn't have recognized our boardroom miss as being, yes, hot and blonde. In the new Allure magazine, which is actually January 1, but I was so bored with not having anything to read here that I actually read this about 3 weeks ago, but I said if I read it today, maybe it'll seem fresh. And it does, because I don't even remember seeing this makeover of Caroline. Look, they put long extensions in her hair and smoked up her eyes and stuff. Did you see this? If you don't want to buy the whole magazine, I'm not mad at you. Just go to page 88 of Allure magazine, the January one with Ashley Simpson on the cover. And I got to tell you something. Caroline, you've never looked better. Hello.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I love your books.
Thank you.
Both of them. I was wondering if maybe when I come back to the comedy show, I could take them for you to sign them.
Sure. Every Wednesday, we're there at the Laugh Factory.
I know I met you there. Am I on the air?
Yes.
I am?
Yep.
Okay, so I can't say my name. But you met me?
You can if you want. Is it going to be something scandalous to follow?
It's some scandalosity.
Okay, what is this? You're going to ask me for advice?
Yeah, I'm asking for advice.
Okay,
first of all, I want to say, you're my sister in my head.
Okay, thank you.
And I love the show. I really love you a lot.
I met you. I went to the Laugh Factory by myself. Remember me? I don't know if you remember me.
Now, there's a smattering of women who show up by themselves. One of them actually ended up being an aggressive young college student who now interns for us named Star. But enough of that. So tell me about what your quandary is.
Okay. I'm in the second year of my master's degree. I'm a professional. I have a career. My son and your son actually is the same age. We had our babies around the same time. I was in this, I don't know what it is, not even a relationship, whatever it is, with a guy. He's like a personal trainer. It happened that I got pregnant, and he just, disappeared. He just didn't return my calls. He didn't, anyway, I took care of everything, and I don't know, I was just really hurt, and
that means you had an abortion?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I see him all the time because we go to the same gym.
Right.
But he really never approaches me, and I don't know, I just feel like I don't know if I should maybe just switch the gym that I go to and cut
He wasn't that
him off.
into you. I can't believe that you're asking me this. You're such a smart woman. You're getting your second master's.
I know.
Look, he's not that into you.
I know.
And if I were you, I'd either walk into the gym just straight mean mugging, screw facing, and ignoring him, basically. Or I would change gyms. And it sounds like you're too soft and pink to even go to the same gym. Why are you putting yourself through it? He didn't want you like that. He wanted to run up in you, and he didn't want a relationship. And he wasn't trying to check for you having a baby. And now that you've terminated pregnancy, you need to leave this relationship where it was.
Okay.
Back where? Back there.
There.
All right. Thank you for calling. We'll take another call. Bye.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing well.
I just wanted to let you know that I totally agree with that Dr. Martin Luther King not having a memorial for him.
Right.
Because, it is ridiculous. This country seems to have their priorities in the wrong places. And I had the honor of going to the one in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I've been to that one, too.
Yes, it is. But, for instance, not to have a national one, that's absolutely crazy. Bad enough it took a long time for them to even acknowledge it as a holiday. And then on top of that, you have all the Martin Luther King streets and boulevards, and it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible.
Right.
And, Wendy?
Yes.
Hello, Wendy?
Yes.
How you doing? My mother wants to say something right quick. One moment.
Okay.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right, Wendy. Thanks for the bobblehead. We came and picked it up today. My son went to, he went to the Laugh Factory, and we came to your studio, and we picked it up today.
Good, okay.
And Wendy, I can't wait to take it to work, because, girl, Wendy, I'm the only one of chocolate color at my job, and no way people be looking at me like I'm crazy at 2 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Mom, for listening.
We love you, Wendy.
Love you, Wendy.
Thanks, you guys. I'm glad that you enjoyed the bobblehead. Hello.
What's up, Wendy?
Hi, how are you?
How are you? This is from Piscataway.
Okay, nice to have you here.
Good. Can you repeat the website for the Build a Dream thing with Martin Luther King?
I can tell you the telephone number. It's 888-4-THE-DREAM. And then the website is buildthedream.org. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hey, Wendy, it's Big Rosie.
Hey, Big Rosie.
How you doing?
It's nice to speak with you. Always fun. Big Rosie, everybody, is a black girl from Clinton Hills, but she manages to go to everything black, white, young, old, and in between in Hollywood. She loves David Bowie, and she's probably Billy Idol, excuse me. And she's probably calling on her theory about Ben and Jen.
Well, the Ben and Jen theory, yeah. I mean, wait, Ben and Jen, or you mean Brad and Jen?
Brad and Jen.
Okay, well, Brad and Jen, that whole thing is a mess. From what I understand, they've been at it for months and months. Him and his buddies, his male buddies, all got together over last summer and was like, listen, you in or you out. He tried to make some effort, and she's been a cold fish, and she hasn't really been, into the marriage at all for the last few months.
So now what's your real reason for calling?
Oh, well, my other real reason is to just say, the Golden Globes last night, I was watching it, and I'm officially done with Star Jones Reynolds. Please, somebody just stop and really not even give this girl another year. I don't understand it. She's awful at interviewing,
And it was a mess last night. It was a real mess.
Do you think that she was awful because she was too busy trying to secure her place in the Hollywood social registry?
I mean, she's trying to do something. She thinks that she's, I guess, better than she is, and really, it's really apparent. And one of those things, she needs the other four to like balance out the lack of interviewing skills. So when she's with her group, the little View show, then they all look good. But when she's by herself, she can't handle it by herself.
Thank you, Rosie.
You're welcome.
I was laughing at Kathy Griffin, though. It was what it was. Did you guys think it would be any more? Well, anyway, shout out to Shannon Cochran, who agrees with me. I thought LaTanya Richardson, Samuel L. Jackson's wife, I thought it looked like she had a real problem last night. Didn't seem like she was all there with us when they were talking with Star and stuff. Like she wanted to punch somebody in the face. I couldn't get it. Shout out to Lolo. First to rise, last to go to bed. He's always on the situation. And shout out to this person. Erica. She says, Wendy, this inauguration is the cherry on top of the effing cake. And George Bush and his people have done it. They're using the latest attention and security to obscure the fact that they are spending millions of dollars on a party while the black community is still trying to prove something by collecting money for a monument for Dr. King. They need to give that money to more deserving causes. Well, you know what? And then we didn't even think about this. After they collect the money, do they actually have a plot? Like, say Samuel L. and Oprah and Bill Cosby and them all got together. Washington would give us the 5-year runaround on where the actual monument is going to be erected. In the meantime, and in between time, for those of us sending the money, how do we know that while they have the money and they're looking for the plot, that DC is not going to just shut down this whole operation and then your money will go into somebody's new Maybach or something? You know, I'll give you this number. You use it. Where is it? Oh, I put that where? Back there. Okay, good. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I just discussed it. We've been giving out this number for a week, and for a week I've not tossed and turned. I haven't lost sleep over it, but for a week I wince every time I have to give out the number. Every time. Wendy, sad to say, but there was a documentary on the King family squandering money and not giving anything to the ML King cause. And now I see that is true. What about Dr. King Jr. or it's Coretta, not Loretta. Damn. And the royalties that they're getting and the trust funds, but they don't donate nothing. So why should we? No, wait. That's from somebody. She signs piss poor in New Jersey. Well, we don't know that the King family is not putting the first, few $1 million into this. But I would imagine to erect a monument, befitting of Dr. King, it's going to cost, what is that, a $50 million thing? That's what they say? $20 million? Maybe $20 million? Okay. Serena, Tiger, Oprah, all you all with money still left over, even after donating to tsunami relief. Even after, Christmas and really. Shout out to Greg in New Jersey. Greg says, Wendy, there will never be a federal funds given to no Negroes to build nothing for another Negro, no matter how great the Negro is, no matter what century it is, especially since the last 4 years in D.C. have been Republican. Wow. Never, never, never. I don't care what you say. Let Oprah, let Bill, let Denzel, let Jay and Beyonce, let them folk fork over. That's from Greg in New Jersey. I'm glad you all haven't left me out to dry with this one. I mean, I would have taken my perp walk, for all of us. But, I just been sitting on this, and I'm like, and of all days for the pimple be ready to pop, it's on the day that we're selling, I'm sorry that it had to be today. I should have probably done this on Friday, but I still wasn't quite there with being ready to be honest about how I feel every time I have to give out here it is. 888-4-THE-DREAM. The number 4, the dream. Shout out to the Renegade Fox. He's got a dream. And you're on your way, Fox. Got a dream to be platinum? It's the Renegade Fox. Repping Jersey hard. The Renegade. He likes to shop at the Short Hills Mall. I've seen him there before. More than a few times at Savaro's Pizza. And the Renegade when you see him. He's got a very distinct look, including a very, very, I don't mind a man with eyebrows that connect. Let them connect, gay Steve. If they don't connect, that means that sorry. All right, now just don't use your voice. We'll wait until next Monday, and I'll just refer to you as Steve. People will forget. Especially on a day off. Everybody's, chiefened or something. You know what I mean? I prefer that. Don't groom too much. I don't mind a connected eyebrow. Renegade Fox, he's got one big, hairy thing going on. It's nice hair, though. It lays down nice. They're not all wild and stuff. Shout out to the Renegade. And he's got a sick flow. All right, you guys. I've had much fun today. We've talked about Lala and the princess. We've talked about Diana Ross. We've talked about Danny DeVito and that lawsuit going on at his house. We've talked MC Hammer and King. And look, tomorrow everybody else comes back to work. For those of us who've been working all day, first and foremost, shout out to us. Isn't it great when they're not here? You know what I mean? Isn't it great? For those of us in the commute, isn't it great with them not being on the road? I'm about to get out there and join you all. I'll be home in like 5 minutes tonight. I love it. They'll all be back tomorrow. Alas, and I'll be giving you this same telephone number, but probably with a straight face. But just know how I feel. Now, this is between me and you. And tomorrow I'll be giving it all chipper-like. Would you like to donate? It's a wonderful thing to do. It's tax deductible. Pledge your support, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's call up. So just remember, we already had our conversation today. All right. Vaughn Harper's up next with The Quiet Storm. And I'll talk to you tomorrow at 2. Good night.
These party people. See you later. 'Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.